Okay, hello traders and welcome to our market update. It's Tunapon here, founder of Master the Markets Illiterates Conference and the Traders Open Day. So here we are today on the 22nd of Jan 2021. We have a few positions running over here. Overall net up about 1507. We did have a small losses over here as well, as you can see, and some small profits, and then we got the rest running through. So today I'm just going to be talking about, okay, how are we taking all these positions? What is one of the principles that we follow? So one of them is actually trend trading. So for example, if we go on to here, so let's take a look at, for example, on this topic of trend trading. Let me take a look at three trend types that you should be looking at when you are trend trading. So the first trend type, so let me just write down here trend trading. So we'll go through this topic and then we will go through the analysis of the different markets. So the first type of trend is what you should be looking for is a continuation trend. Is a continuation trend, okay? Now, a continuation trend exactly looks like this. So let me just move this just a little bit away from here. This data window, let me just see. All right, good. So, for example, you can see one directly here. It just made a higher high and a higher low. So that's what we call a continuation trend, right? But do remember to say that this is a higher high. You must always have a reference high. Okay, always remember that. You must always pinpoint your reference high first. And then to say that this is a higher low, you must have a reference low as well. Okay, so these are the two things that you must have. Now, once you have that, then you have a continuation trend. But before you can say anything is a reference high or a higher high, you need to have your highs and your lows quantified, isn't it, not traders? So this is what we do here at Master the Markets. We got the algos by the quant traders, and that's what we have quantified so far. Okay, good. So that's one thing. So that is the continuation trends. The other thing then is what we have is what we call the reversal trends. Reversal trends. Okay. So over here, if you take a look at it, if you see this, what we have is over here. So it kept on continuing in the trend, and finally, if you look at it, it then broke that support level there, that swing low level, if you may, and then it came back up again. So far, what do you have? So if I were to say that this is my reference high, then sorry, reference low, and this is my reference high, then what I have is a lower low at the moment, and I've got also this high as of now currently. It's not confirmed yet, only when it comes back further down then it's confirmed, but I've got a lower high as of now. So therefore, a reversal trend will be something like this. So it goes up first, and then it takes out that high, low, comes back down, makes a lower low here when it confirms that low, and then when it comes back down, then that's a lower high. Okay, so this is what we mean by a reversal trend, and then you got your lower low and your lower high. But do remember, before you can say anything is a trend, you must have all your highs quantified, which is what our smart money indicator does, which has been developed by the quant traders. Okay, millions and millions of dollars of research on this basically. Right, so we got that one there. So that's the reversal trends. And then eventually traders, let me just erase this very quickly over here. The last type of trend that we got then is the market compressions. Market compressions is what we got. And how does a market compression look like? So, example, if something is going up, higher, higher, higher lows, it comes back down, doesn't take out this low, goes back up, doesn't take out this high, and then what happens is that it comes back down again. You got a lower high now, right? But a higher low. Now that is what we call a compression. That's your first single market compression. And then eventually, if it doesn't take out the high, the low again, and doesn't take out the high, and it gets compressed within it, then we call it an extended market compression. So these are the two types that you can have: your single market compression and your extended market compression. Okay, so these are the two types of market compressions that you can have. So just to recap, So basically in trend trading, so what you have is, first one is what is called your continuation trend, okay? The second one is what we call your reversal trend. And then the third thing is what we call the compression phases, okay? And how you trade them and all, then that is another topic altogether. Then you have to then design your entry rules, your stop loss, and your target rules, and so on and so forth, okay? Right, so that's to do with that. Now go and reflect on that, go and practice on yourself. One small homework that you guys can do actually is that, what you can do is go and practice on the opposite sides of what I have mentioned. And also, if you do need the smart money indicator, always get in contact with our team. They'll be more than happy to help you. All right. Okay, good. So that's to do with that. Let's go through the markets now very quickly. So dollar yen on the side now, we got an upside. It's taken out the last high. You remember this is a reversal trend, isn't it? It was in a downtrend, took out a high now. If it confirms this low, then it's an higher low as well. We confirm that. Now, open equity, I would say if it confirms the low is to the upside. If it does take out this low, then more open equity to the downside. Euro dollar, we have a downtrend at the moment. Still a little bit more open equity to the upside because this is a confirmation bar that we have at the moment. And then in terms of cable, we do have a bit of a weakness showing here at this level, but if it does push through more open equity to the upside, I would say take a look at this high being taken out. Also, if this low gets taken out, then I would say then if that high gets confirmed, more open equity to the downside. Okay, so that's that. Aussie dollar on the other hand, again, same thing. It's an uptrend, more open equity, I would say, to the upside, but we'll only be taking a look at that if it does take out this high, and then, but however, if it takes out this low and confirms the high, then more open equity to the downside. So this is something that you can take a look at as well. If it takes out this low, then it's a reversal trend to the downside. It will become a downtrend. Okay. Euro yen, on the other hand, you can see it's a downtrend at the moment. And you can see it took out that low, more open equity to the upside. If this confirms, because the open equity is diminished to the downside over here. Dollar Swiss on the other hand, you can see over here it's an uptrend. It took out that last high. It's coming back a bit more further down at the moment. If it does carry on, I would say a bit more open equity to the downside before it reverses. Okay, so that's what I would say on dollar Swiss. Bitcoin on the other hand, uptrend, more open equity to the upside. I would say there will be a turning point here because it's accumulated around here. So let's see how that performs. If it does not turn up, if it takes out that low, more open equity to the downside. Dow Jones on the other hand, you can see it's an uptrend here. And then if you can see this over here showing a bit of weakness, if it confirms the high, then it more open equity to the downside. I wouldn't take any more long positions here because it's really struggling to go up. Brent oil, on the other hand, yes, a bit more clearer, more open equity to the downside. Just got confirmed top over there. Silver, on the other hand, I would still say uptrend. Confirmation bar here, more open equity to the upside, but first level to take out is this high over there before we go long on that. Dollar index, on the other hand, you can see also over here, it's a downtrend over here and more open equity, I would say, to the downside. Right, so that's pretty much that on the market updates over there. In terms of our performance, you can see over here, let's see now on the elite room, what we do have traders is that on the elite room, on the cash in 4.0, 70%, we got minus 0.08. So this is cash in 70%. This is on the elite room, yeah? And then on the continuation patterns, we got a small positive of 0.21%. So overall, um, it's this one here is minus 4 pips and this one is 4 pips. So it nets out in terms of pips. So it's in percentage is 0.13% up. In terms of pips, it's flat. And on the other hand, in terms of the live trading room, We can see over here. Let me just add that all up for you guys. So for here, liftoff, 20% OE, it's minus 0.61%. And then in terms of liftoff, 70% OE, that it's going to be 0.42% minus as well. And then cash in, 4.0 TSL primary, what we got is 2.6% up. And then finally, 1 day exit, we have 0.45% up. Okay? Right, so if I were to total all that up for the LTR room, so that comes down to 2.02% up. And then finally, in terms of pips, so in the live trading room plus the elite room, what we do have is overall we have 2.15% profit, 2.02 plus 0.13. And in terms of pips, what we do have is 56 pips overall net profit. So if that was £10 a pip, that would be £560 up. And if you're doing 2.15% on a bigger account, let's say 10,000, that would be £215 up, or £100,000 account, that would be £2,150 up. So it all depends on what kind of account, what kind of risk management you are using. Okay, right. I guess that's pretty much that from me. So I'll leave you guys with that. And as we always say, traders, till the next time, stay disciplined, follow your trading plan, and keep trading like a master.